What is going on, my friends? What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the Gym of All Trades channel. We're going to jump into the markets today, see what's going on with Bitcoin, what the wave structure might be telling us about where the direction of the wave might be headed. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Just want to show you the market through an Elliott wave perspective. And that's what we're doing here, guys, just showing you an Elliott wave perspective on the market. Not a whole lot of us Elliott wavers out there. Of course, we're kind of multiplying a little bit, but want to just also show you what we're doing and what we're not doing as far as predicting price. But want to show you the wave structures. As an Elliott wave trader, we look at 5s and 3s. And on the charts, and we put them together in known structures that are within Elliott wave theory, and we try to figure out where price might be going and what structure might be being created on the chart. So with that said, that's kind of what we're doing here. Some of you are going to be brand new to the channel and look at it and say, man, that's hocus pocus, and that's not. But really, there's a lot of benefit to it. If you'll give it a go, an honest endeavor into looking into it, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised over time. So with that said, let's jump in. Not financial advice again, just showing you what I'm seeing in the market. All right. So what do we got? What do we got happening here? Well, a couple of things here. Zooming out. This section looks like a corrective area, right? This looks corrective. It looks very bear flaggy for some of you that that trade bear flags. For Elliott wave traders, we call it a correction, right? It's just simply a correction of price to the upside, counter trend that's going to be followed by a continuation pattern. So just zooming out, it really looks like we need some continuation to the downside to make some kind of a bear flag and it makes some lower low, and we get down to I would expect, when I look at S coins, I generally expect them to get down to the liquidity zones that have been created. So it seems to be that we need to get down here to these liquidity zones somewhere around 12K. So that's just the overall context of the market. So let me just show you that. Start there. All right, zooming in here to the 8 hour. If this is a correction or a bear flag, as you might call it, I don't call it that. I call it a correction. What could it be? What could be going on here? Well, there are basically different types of corrections in Elliott, and those of you that know Elliott, I'm just trying to be kind to those of you who are brand new to the channel that might be catching this for the first time. So please understand that's my language today. We could have just a simple ABC right here, where you got an A wave, 5 waves. We got a 3-wave, a 3-wave B here. And then a C wave is going to be 5 waves. Okay, now that's going to end with a diagonal, right? And so we'd be looking at a diagonal in 5 waves. And something about a diagonal you need to know is every wave needs to be sub-waved in 3 waves. So we've got 3 in the first one, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, and 3 here. So that means we need 3 in this last wave, and we would expect it to be 3. Well, this is very impulsive. It's 5, right? It's happening in 5. So if it's going to get up here in 3, my primary idea I'm kind of watching right now is we get a pullback right here at the monthly close, some kind of a pullback back to this wick, back to this liquidity zone right here, and then we get another pump to the upside next week. So this weekend, bearish and corrective in nature, and then boom, pump to the upside next week. That's a possibility. At least I'm considering it. And so we are, I am short at the moment right now. Very cautiously short, right? Because, we're trading short in a bullish trend, right? What seems to be a bullish trend. But I'm trading an idea that says, hey, we got a correction going on here. And that's a potential. I don't know if that's going to play or not, but that's what makes the difference between Elliott and trading. Knowing the wave structure and trading what you think the wave structure is two different. We never know the wave structure. We only see what we see in the past and then make predictions about the future wave structure based upon our interpretation of the past. So I'm interpreting this as a potential ABC from the bottom with an ending expanding diagonal. And every wave needs to be 3 waves. And so we need to be able to count 3 waves right here, 3 there. And this is a little tricky to get as 3 waves, but it could be. Then 3 waves right there, 3 waves here, okay? And now we need 3 waves here. So I'm thinking we're in this downward move here over the weekend, okay? Again, just kind of correcting, closing the monthly candle with a wick, that move to the downside would wick the monthly candle a little bit. It'd still be a very bullish month, right? And then we would get a move to the upside, something like that. You know, I can't draw it exactly, but just the idea here is we need 3 waves to the upside to finish this out. What that would do is next week we get a pump. It gets everybody ultra bullish. Hey, this was a bear flag right in here, and now we're making new highs. We get up into these liquidity zones, take out some liquidity. Everybody, the entire market gets ultra bull, and the market makers have all the buyers they want to sell into, and they sell it on down. And that's an idea that I'm watching out for, guys. That's a good, plausible idea. It could play out this weekend. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's possible for sure. All right, what are some other ways we can interpret these waves, and how might we look at this? Okay, well, another way I was looking at this is maybe we have a WXY that's about finished, but it still's got to go up a bit more. We have a 3-wave move to here. There's 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? We're going to call this our X wave, a 3-wave move down, okay? And then we get a 3-wave move zigzag to the upside, okay? Now, instead of drawing the channel like I've got it drawn there, we're going to draw the channel off the bottom here like this. Tap it from, yeah, see, that it's kind of broken out of the channel. WXYs like the channel, and it's really not doing that, is it? So I'm not a big fan of this count, but nevertheless, it could play in some way. If I exclude this X wave a little bit and say, hey, we kind of channel it like that, maybe. I'm not certain about that. But there's an idea. Nonetheless, we could get a WXY to the upside. Again, not my favorite count. Not a big fan of this count, but want to at least entertain it and say, hey, maybe possible. Which means, you know, we get some kind of a corrective 4th wave right here, and then a pop to the high and finish, and that's a 5-3-5 instead of a 3-wave. We're going to call that 5-3-5, and that's going to be a zigzag for the Y wave. Could be. Don't know. Not a big fan of that count, but we'll see. That brings us up to the bottom of this wick. Also brings us up in this channel here. That's not a bad confluence zone right there. And then I wonder what the retrace of that is if I just pulled the retrace on that. Just for kicks, let's do that. It brings us not quite to the golden zone, so we may get a throw over back to the golden zone right up here. And that's what I really like. And that's why I like the first idea that I shared with you. Because this trend right here, this if we call this a zigzag, I mean a diagonal, this puts us getting up here into the golden zone pretty well after a 3-wave pullback. Let me see if I can clean this up and show you. 3-wave pullback here, and then we get another move, gets us up to the golden zone and with confluence with the trend line. So not a bad idea there. Again, I don't know what's going to play. I never know anything, but there's something to look out for to see if the wave structure begins to develop this way over the weekend. Okay, so plausible idea. I'll get a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. All right, so there's another idea. What else could we be dealing with here? Let's see if I can just kind of go back in time with my Control Z. All right, what else what's another wave structure we could be dealing with? So there's a WXY. The ultra bull count here, if we want to talk about an ultra bull, for you ultra bulls out there, we can call this a 1 wave right here. There's 1. And we're going to call this a flat wave 2. And I really kind of like that move, to be honest with you, because it makes sense of this as a 3, and a 5, which this looks very much like a 5. So I'm kind of a fan of that count, to be honest with you, in some level. So this is a possibility as well, where you get a 3-wave move, and that's a 1-2. Now what this becomes is another 1 wave and a 3-wave pullback, wave 2. Okay? So what's that mean we've got going on? Well, we've got another impulse working. We're going to get some kind of a 3-wave move here, another high, maybe a pullback here, and then a continuation where we get another 1-2, and we have a series of 1-2s. Now, what this does, the second 1-2 is the 1-2 of the 3rd wave. In other words, this is going up, okay, continually. It's just going to continue to go up. It's going to continue to pull back and trend up, pull back, trend up, and we're going to get a nice big move to the upside, especially when you got a 1-2-1-2 working. It's ultra bull. That's very bullish. So watch out for it to be trending bullish, and that could be at play. Now, one argument that supports that move is that the DXY to me looks about finished. Okay, so in other words, I'm looking for one corrective wave. This is the DXY here. I'm looking for, I've got 5 waves right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this could be a flat correction. Okay, so we might get a pump in the DXY over the weekend, right? And then a dump next week. So we get this over the weekend and into Monday, and we get a dump next week. That's going to put BTC going down over the weekend and pumping over the next time period after that. Okay, so in other words, we get a little bit of a dump here, and then we get a pump, and it could continue pumping depending on how deep DXY continues to go down. Okay, so that's your bull scenario, guys. If you like it, it's something to consider. But what's cool about that count is that there's overlap with the different counts that I've given you. That I've got 2 counts here that say, hey, we might need a downward corrective wave this weekend, you know, and into the first part of next week, maybe. Well, it depends on how long it takes. And then maybe a pump after it. It may stop here and reverse, or it could continue going. And that's the beauty of this count. Our count becomes kind of binary at this location, on the chart. That we could get a dump here, or could continue going, and that might be a simple trading idea to just be paying attention to in that range. So for now, I like this idea of a corrective wave to the downside. I'd like to see DXY come on up here and finish a C wave. Now that doesn't have to play. I may be wrong on that, but that's the way it's looking to me. That's the way the chart's looking to me. So I kind of like that look of an ABC flat right in here. And then DXY comes on down next week. I am also very bullish on the S&P. I've been bullish. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, I have been calling this bullish wave to the upside on the S&P. Let me know in the comments if you remember those videos when I said I was bullish on S&P. We had a 3-wave move, and I said down here, guys, we could get a reversal right here back to the upside. S&P might pump up to all-time highs here and break the high. We might have another hurrah coming in the S&P, which means, you know, we might get some bullishness in BTC. You say, why would we get that with all the bad news in the market and all the talk of inflation and everything? Because that narrative that you hear in the media is fueling your bearishness. So you have this bias to the downside, and while you're selling in this area, market makers and the banks and whatnot, people who are really controlling the game, they're pumping price up counterintuitively to take your money, hit the high, stop punch you before they take it down, really, before we have the big crash that's coming later on. So that's another way that the market makers move. Okay, so watch out for a bullish move to the upside. That doesn't mean we go straight up from here. There will be pullbacks and continuations. You see how we pull back, continue, pull back, continue, pull back, continue. So there's going to be pullback and continuation. Don't think we just go straight up. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying the overall direction, my bias in direction for the current wave is up on the higher time frames. That doesn't mean we won't have times where we dip back, you know, into a bearish wave before we continue on. So we understand the way the market actually moves. So watch out for some bullishness there in the S&P. So guys, that's the way I'm looking at the market, guys. It is always up or down, but I've given you some ideas to think about for your trading. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do have a risk management plan and a way of entering my trades with low risk and high probability, and where we can win trade after trade, even when you don't know where price is going to go. Risk management is the key to your trading. If you're losing a lot, guys, and you need to learn that risk management strategy, come on into the Discord. You get the rest of the month free. Don't be afraid to enter right now, because I'll refund your July payment on August 1st. So you'll pay to get in through the Patreon right now. And the link is in the description. And on July 1st, I will refund that July payment. Excuse me, on August 1st, I'll refund your July payment. So that gives you the weekend for free. Gives you a couple extra days, just an incentive to come on in rather than wait. We'd love to have you in there. We were live all morning this morning. I was live most of the day on Wednesday during the Fed news. We were live all day, most of the day, guys. So you're going to get live streams and live analysis and teaching all the time, and good preaching as well. You're going to get good preaching of trade, risk management, and psychology, just to kind of keep you centered and protect you from yourself. So if you want that, we record them all. So if you miss them live, you can always watch the recordings. But if you want access to that, man, you'd love the Discord, because it's a great community where we're all encouraging one another to be, good traders, good managers of our risk, and sharing our ideas from an Elliott Wave perspective, from liquidity, order blocks, just all the different perspectives that everybody brings to the table, because, Elliott Wave is only a tool, guys. It's only a tool. It's not the end all and be all of everything that we do. So with that said, guys, hope these Elliott Wave ideas have helped you out and given you a piece of the puzzle that you don't ordinarily have in your TA. You can add it to whatever you're doing and see if there's any confluence there. So with that said, y'all have a fantastic weekend. We're going to see you on Sunday for Sunday night charts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. Love to have you. We'll spend a couple of hours just nerding out on the charts. It is the opening of a new month, so it might be a really volatile time, a really pivotal time for price. So that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, hope to see you on Sunday night charts. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.